Number one, I am currently a player. I'm also the offensive coordinator for our team, and I plan on pursuing coaching at the community college level or the university level in the future. Number two, the first thing is that stresses coaches is winning. I think winning is really stressful because that's what is considered your job resume in the world of football coaching. So anytime you have a missed opportunity to get a win, it obviously affects on how people are going to think about you currently or in the future. Number two is job security and money. As a player, obviously this affects me a lot right now because if I don't perform well, I know that I might be out, and I think that's the same thing for coaches. They know that the jobs are always on the line. There's a high turnover rate in the profession, and you want to be able to provide for your family. Number three is athletes doing the right thing on and off the field. I think this is just a lack of control that coaches feel because you can't control the actions of your players. You want them to get good grades so that they're eligible. You want them to do the right thing outside the field because you know it's a reflection of you as a coach, and you want to be able to recruit players too. So athletes are a form of stress. Number three is performance capabilities. As a player, I feel that because I have to perform well for my job, but also as a coach, um, it can create stress because you need to call you have to call the right play on a third down situation, or making the call to go for it on fourth down, or managing the clock in the last minutes of the game is a real strong point for criticism in the profession. So you always have the stress of if you are capable of making those calls, and that is that. Number five is organization and time management. Um, you want to make sure that you're communicating all of the things that you want to get done to the players so that they're all prepared for the game. You want to make sure that you aren't burning the midnight oil watching film too late, which has happened to me on numerous occasions, and you're not creating enough time for sleep and your health. So that is definitely a high point of stress for a lot of the coaches in the industry. Um, Number three is identifying specific means to prevent and treat those stressors. For the first one is developing an orientation that isn't so much outcome oriented but more task oriented, and thinking about why you got into the profession, which is to help young people and really create men. I think John Wooden's Pyramid of Success and his philosophy on what success really is important to keep in mind, and really just understand what you're getting out of coaching and not necessarily what it what it is, which is just focus on winning all the time in our society. Number two is job security and money. I think an important thing of dealing with this is having a strong family, creating time for your family, and making sure that no matter what happens, you're gonna always have somebody to rely on. It's happened in my own family. You know, my dad was a head coach at a Division I university, and you know, you're really invested mentally and your time and emotionally into the job. And then if you're out, you got to have a strong family to kind of lean on and make sure that you've invested your money wisely and you're going to be okay. Having a good network of connections of coaches so that if something happens, you can move along to the next job and get another job. Obviously, getting my master's done so that I can maybe fall back on a community college coaching job. Number three is athletes doing the right thing on and off the field. I think a really good way of dealing with this is creating policies and team rules that everybody has to live up to. If you make it really clear what the rules are and they break the rules, they know the consequences, and then you have to enforce those rules no matter who's breaking them, and that'll take a lot of stress off you because the players then have to live up to the expectations, and you're not as worried about them off the field because you know that they'll do the right thing because they want to play. Number 4 is your performance capabilities. I think having really good mental preparation during the week, focusing on the process, and having really good positive imagery, thinking about what situations can arise, and creating uh, your work on paper so that you can see the situations that might arise during a game and what exactly you want to go to, or if there's clock management situations, you have a page just for that, and you can look, what do I want to do, how much time do I need to do this and that. That's a really good way of dealing with your performance capabilities, because you already know what you want to do before the situation arises. Number 5, organization and time management. I think just making sure everything is really properly structured, having a really good structured practice so that you know that you hit every single topic in the practice or during the week in the preparation, so that all the players know what to do going into a game, and also creating a time of work for yourself as a coach and your other coaches, because I think in the profession of coaching, you see coaches get in the office at 6 o'clock and they don't leave till after midnight. Some guys are sleeping in the office, and I think more of along the lines of Bruce Arians, who just thinks if you guys are doing that, you're crazy. There's no reason to do it. You got to go home and rest up and work hard the next day. So I think time management is obviously important. The 4th question is consider the verse and how you can integrate it into your stress prevention and treatment. I think that what I got out of the verse is that our life and our health is more important than a game or food or body image or clothing, and we have to have our priorities in check. I think in a high stress job like coaching football, where you can see the stress has its health effects on guys like John Fox, who had a heart attack, Gary Kubiak, who had a stroke, and Urban Meyer, who has a cyst on his brain. These are all stress-related health factors as a direct result of coaching. So have our priorities in check. What's more important, and that's life and family, and not things. And secondly, don't worry about tomorrow. Live in the moment and focus on the process. We've got to make sure that you're not worried about the game and the outcome of the game, because if you're just focused on tomorrow and you're not worried about what you have to do that day, you're going to miss an opportunity to prepare yourself or your team and do everything you can so that when the game does come, you can worry about it then. That's it, guys. Thanks.